3, 2, 1. Welcome back, listeners. This is episode 30.
Yeah.
Signing on,
big
Frank and
number
Ryan.
30.
Big boy numbers out here. 30.
Yes. Cracking open a black cherry.
Cheers up, brother.
Oh, I do.
Where are we, dude?
Well, we're at my casa. Yeah. And we're in the back office computer room. You can see the computer behind Ryan. And yeah, we're back here because last episode we had the dog, and I don't think we trust him anymore.
We got 2 huskies recently. For those of you that didn't listen to the last episode, we got 2 huskies in my household. And ever since then, we have this other dog, our neighbor's dog, that literally will not stop barking anytime they are out there. I mean, he is so resilient.
He senses them.
It is ridiculous. Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, we're here in Frank's house. I did want to mention as well, please subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. But there's this new feature on YouTube that I saw where you tag the times of what you talk about.
Oh, really?
And it will show it in that
in the description.
You tag the times okay, at 20 minutes they talk about this, they talk about that, and it will actually show that in the little nav time bar.
Oh, okay.
That you have. There'll be a little hover, and it'll say, okay, this is where they're talking about this is where they're talking about that. And so look for that in this video. I don't know if they just do that for big name YouTubers, which is sort of the account that I was following or was watching.
Oh, so you're saying you don't know if you'll have access to doing that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. They give special privileges and higher bandwidth for streaming and stuff like that to, the bigger names and stuff. So yeah, look for that. Usually people, like to sift through and try and find things from what I can see from the analytics. So this way it'll be a lot easier for everyone to, be like, oh, I'm interested in that. Oh, I'm not interested in that. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Because often we go
we off on tangents.
We touch on different things. I wanted to start by saying that I forgot that I wanted to talk about this, but Good Mythical Morning released an episode last week, which was testing the hard seltzers, determining which one is the best.
You were telling me about it, yeah.
So they tested White Claw. They tested Bon Vive or something it was called. It has 2 mermaids on it. Apparently it was the original hard seltzer.
Wow.
They tasted Corona seltzer. They tasted Smirnoff seltzer. They tasted Bud Light seltzer, and they tasted Truly. And White Claw was the winner. And
I would agree.
And
the mango specifically.
Specifically.
They weren't testing the brand. They took
the most popular flavor from each brand.
Ah, smart.
And they put those against each other. Smart. And you know what they were saying, which I thought was interesting, is they said, yeah, the 2 most popular flavors of White Claw are mango and black cherry, but we decided to go with mango. And I was just so happy when I heard that because I was like, I don't know if it would have won if it was black cherry.
That would have really hurt me actually because black cherry is nowhere near mango
exactly.
and or raspberry, first of all. Plus,
so clearly someone
you've got the new variety pack, which all of them trump, black cherry. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Someone and behind the scenes of the show knew that mango was the true number one. So White Claw was first.
Well, they probably saw our tower, is what they saw.
I hope so.
Where mango's
you
on
never
top.
know. I mean, with that PS5 video, one of them could have stumbled on that.
By the way, guys, I have been saving every single can of White Claw that we have been drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make this tower so massive. One day when I get the glue and spend an hour gluing White Claws together like a loser.
Yeah, I will
do that.
I was mentioning last episode that you had about 3 boxes of empty cans.
3 boxes, yeah. And I mean, this is about to make it 4, so it's going to be big. I don't know if I can keep the pattern going.
Yeah.
I wish we had it here to show you, but I didn't want to lug it all the way over here. I wish we could show you the pattern for all the YouTube watchers because it is legit.
It's cool. And so White Claw got first. The Bon Vive got second. Third was Truly. Fourth was the Corona Seltzer. Fifth was the Smirnoff one, and then sixth was Bud Light, dead last.
Really?
And I thought it was funny because I
would not have guessed that.
They give White Claw first, which is the most expensive one per can, and then they give Bud Light last, which is the least expensive one per can. So I was like, man, the prices are, you guys, like every company really nailed their price point here. They know what they're working with. That is incredible,
actually. Yeah. I'm surprised though, because when the Bud Light seltzers came out to like compete, I heard from multiple sources that the Bud Light seltzers were like really good. So
I've heard mixed reviews.
Have you?
Yeah, Scott mentioned to me that they suck. But I've heard friends from Capone say they're good.
Right.
So, I think I hate Truly. I think Truly's nasty. I think it's bland.
The thing that I like about Truly is the wide variety of flavors.
They do have, their flavors are pretty next level. And I have only tried one flavor.
And they have this
and it was someone else's drink. So
they have
like,
these
pre-COVID.
They have I love how we just have to say, pre-COVID. It's like the asterisk at the end
back when people were friggin' passing around drinks. Hey, try this. Hey, try this. Hey, hit this. Not anymore.
Dude.
Not anymore. Hey, okay, actually I do want to mention this.
Go ahead.
We are struggling. I think we're the worst country in terms of cases.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because of young people.
Yeah, 100%. And the mentality of it.
Yeah, like young people definitely they're still turning up.
Yeah.
And
young people think they're invincible, man. It's true. And we low-key are. Like, percentage-wise, like...
Well, yeah.
It's not really going to it's not going to kill you, like...
It just hurts when I see other people having fun. And then I'm just like, damn, like, I wish I was there. But at the same time, like, I don't wish I was there. Like, it's like both. It's like, I want to be partying with you. I'm looking at my phone, seeing you having fun. I want to be partying with you. But at the same time, the
I
risk,
get you, dude. I get you.
And also, even if it doesn't affect me, am I passing it to someone else without knowing?
Right, exactly. Like, that's the fear with me, too, is, like, you get, like, these birthday parties. Like, oh, like, we're having a birthday party for this person. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, man, like, I really love you and I support you. And it's like, what am I weighing here? Like, I'm weighing risking my family, also myself, or I am risking being a bad friend,
Yeah.
And it's just like tough because you don't know. It's, it's, what is it? Not supply and demand. It's just the risk factor, I guess. I was trying to make it fancy, but it's just the risk factor of okay, do you want to go to this? Do you want to do this?
It's just like, weighing the pros and cons, because every situation has both, pretty much. Yeah, that makes.
But you're right.
Do you remember the episode of The Office when Michael and Jim are sharing? They're doing the co-manager thing, and they have only a certain amount of money in the budget to give raises, so not everybody's going to be able to get a raise.
Right.
And they're trying to figure out how to handle it, and Jim keeps making pros and cons lists. And at one point, Michael's like, "I swear to God, if you make another pro and cons list, I'm going to kill myself."
Those are some good episodes, man. How many episodes was it? Oh no, it was actually like it was one episode, wasn't it?
No, dude. It was a majority of season 6 that they were co-manager.
Okay,
it was like a main story thread running throughout the season. Like by the time like episode 7 or 8 rolls around in season 6, Jim becomes co-manager, and it lasts like that for a little bit until Kathy Bates, Joe Bennett shows up and she cans the whole double manager thing.
I'm thinking of the episad where I guess
it is short lived though.
Jim is like up for a promotion or something like that, and Michael is like, David Wallace asked Michael like, "Hey, what do you think about Jim?"
That's that episode. That's that plot line. That's the beginning of the plot line.
No.
Yes, it is. It's the beginning of the plot line.
Okay, what episode is it where he chooses to become a salesman because you can get more money as a salesman?
That is after what I'm talking about.
That's right when Saber takes over.
So pretty much Dunder Mifflin's falling apart.
Yeah.
And one of the last things they did before they're bought by Saber is they make Jim co-manager along with Michael being co-manager. That's like one of David Wallace's last moves before he gets, canned because the company gets bought. And then when Joe Bennett and Saber, they buy the company, she comes in, she hears that they both doing the same job, and
Yeah.
then she's like, oh, it sounds like two people doing half a job.
Right.
And then she has them choose, and then Michael, finds out first about the commission thing, so he volunteers to do it. Yeah.
You know what scene was stuck in my head today from The Office? I kid you not, I could literally think with like Office episodes.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like
yeah,
it's ridiculous. Or not episodes, but scenes.
There are times when I'm like interacting with people that I'm still like, I'm not like as close as we are.
Right.
And I'll come up with an Office thing to say, and I'll like, wait, I already mentioned The Office 10 minutes ago. Like it's always just popping in.
It's the scene where Andy is trying to figure out the break me off a piece of that turkey leg.
Oh my God. I'm shooting outside today with Scott, and we are literally talking about that scene.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. No way.
Serious. Yep.
That's awesome. And I just think about Jim going, don't tell anyone. Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him.
Say it. Nobody say it. Nobody say it. Just stop saying
what a good show, man.
Yeah.
What a good show.
You know what? I haven't checked.
Huh?
Peacock is NBC has a new streaming service, and they named it Peacock.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, am I immature, or do we really name our streaming service Peacock? I mean,
it's
think
NBC.
their thing is the peacock with the their symbol is like the multicolored rainbow peacock wing.
Right.
I think I'm just being immature, but I can't help every time I say peacock, I immediately in my head.
What do you think of?
Well, I think of...
It's not hitting me.
Well, I think of the fact that it's two words. It's pee and it's cock. It's like I'm going to go pee out of my cock.
I'm kidding. Of course I know.
Yeah.
I would just think of a penis, but I guess...
Yeah. I think of both. Well, yeah. Okay.
It's a combo for you.
It's a combo for me because it is two words put together in a way. But yeah, so their streaming service, Peacock, I'm wondering, is The Office now completely off Netflix and on Peacock only? Because I knew there was going to be a transition, but I'm assuming the transition is still kind of happening because the way it has been with a lot of these new streaming services dropping, like when Disney Plus came out, they didn't have all the MCU movies yet because Netflix still had a couple months on their streaming deals with having certain Marvel movies on their system. Right. So I'm thinking
that must be.
I don't know the case. But if The Office is still on Netflix, it probably still has a couple months on its contract before it is only on Peacock. Because I know Peacock is going to have it exclusively at some point because that's going to be their big sale point.
I mean, Netflix probably has The Office locked in for a long time. Because do you remember when like The Office was going to be off of Netflix?
Yeah.
It was like a big deal.
It was a huge deal. And people,
oh, today's the last day, and
then they didn't do it.
They didn't
because they looked at their numbers and they looked at how many of the people using their app are watching The Office.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Like just running.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves that show.
It's literally a classic.
And if you don't love the show, then like you're a hater. And I'm not even. Oh, that sounds like I'm insulting you. I'm not insulting you.
I mean, you're just a hater on The Office.
It's a show where you're either in or you're not. It's so massively popular. That you're either on one side, but and that's interesting because that's how everything that is massively popular is everybody kind of knows what it is, so you're either all in or you're either like, no, I'm good. And that's and I think the same thing applies with things like Friends and Justin Bieber and just things that are massive.
Dude,
is like you're either in with it or you're not in with it.
You're literally speaking about something that I was thinking about today.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you see the body cam? I mean, this is going to completely different turn right here.
Okay.
Did you see the body cam footage from the George Floyd killing? Floyd, excuse me.
Was it the body cam footage of the officer kneeling on his neck?
Yes.
Okay. No, I didn't see it. I couldn't even. I mean, I only looked at. I didn't make it through the whole 8 minutes and 46-second video of him getting nailed on to death. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just seen bits of it. So I didn't even know there was body cam footage.
Right, yeah. So
what did it come out today?
It came out today, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it came out today, but I saw it today.
You saw it today. Where'd you see it?
Well, my cousin posted on her story.
Oh, okay.
And also this account that I follow, Hood Site, posted it. But here's like the top 2 comments. Okay. So like Hood Site, let me get some backstory. Hood Site posts it, right?
Hood Site. It sounds like I follow.
It's an Instagram account.
Yeah, I follow an Instagram account called Hood Videos WTF.
It's kind of like that.
And I feel like they're the same.
It's probably the same thing.
Is it a bunch of fight videos and like violence and pretty much anything?
Like really bad gore
really
stuff.
bad stuff, yeah.
I wouldn't recommend watching it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't, yeah.
I'm not
I mean, the video
promoting the site. I'm just giving credit for it, you know?
Yeah, and then you finish it.
Yeah, okay. So body cam footage gets released, right?
Mhm.
And so this is Hoodside's comment. Watch now on hoodside.com, blah, 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 link in the bio. Portions of body cam videos showing the deadly arrest of George Floyd while in Minneapolis police custody were leaked and published Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you see the footage and you're watching it.
Yeah.
And just to speak on your point, where like something so massive, and like you were talking about The Office, but it's crazy how it actually is represented in something
Applies to that
exactly
murder. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, applies to the George Floyd thing. Because the two top comments are,
Oh God.
number one, officers really tried working with him and he was resisting the whole time. Facepalm emoji. And the second one is blue lives don't matter. I mean, how polarizing of a time can we be in where you have the body cam footage of a terrible killing, and I'm not even going to pick a side in this. I'm just trying to prove the point. Like, obviously, you guys know my side from our conversations before to our listeners, and especially you, Frank.
And
but
our episode titled "Rest in Peace."
Right,
George
exactly.
Floyd, so,
yeah, I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, how polarizing of a time do we live in right now where we can't even agree on this, you know? It's just crazy. But it speaks to your point where, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if like something makes sense or not. If it's really that big, people are going to disagree on it.
Yep.
Pretty 50-50 almost.
Yep. It's
almost. Pause.
The phone's ringing. Whoops, I totally forgot about that.
And edit.
Actually, that was literally one ring.
Wow. I know.
That was... Wow.
Your dad's fast.
I guess someone's...
Can you hear me chewing my gum? I'm so sorry.
I mean, I guess I can, but it hasn't really been bothering me. I don't know if it's bothering the listeners, but just chomping away. This is an ASMR video now.
I'm going to take it out, people.
Yeah.
Sorry about
that. I think that this goes back to what we were talking about, you know, the masks and coronavirus and just the general behavior around quarantine and being safe has also kind of put a divide in our country as well. That we like to go.
Let me ask you this.
Extremes. I mean, it's not always extremes, but we'd like to, you know, we're either one way or the other.
Let me ask you this.
We have our time being together.
Yeah. What is the future in terms of I guess if you had like ultimate authority and you could just fix anything in the world, what would you fix? Whoa. I know that's deep.
Whoa. If I could just snap my fingers and fix and
yes.
Name a problem. Here's a good rule.
I'll tell you how I do it.
If it's a finger snap.
But you're like God. You're not even like a human. Like you could just.
I was gonna make a rule like it has to be like a one-word thing. Like if you can't sum up the problem you're trying to fix in one word, then it's not one problem. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I could do that too. I thought I hit your White Claw. Yeah. Okay. I could do that too.
Oh, that is so tough.
Do you want me to go first?
You know what? Let me go first.
Okay.
Racism.
That's what you would stop?
I would stop.
Okay.
I'd snap my fingers and end racism. I mean, it's and I say that instead of like, oh, snap my fingers and end COVID so I can go out and party. I say racism because
we have similar answers, by the way.
It just COVID is. I still believe in us to stop it. I still believe in us to come up with a vaccine. Right. I still believe in us to get people vaccinated.
We'll get through it. Humans are very resilient. I mean, literally, in terms of...
I worry that with something like racism, I'm always concerned that we'll never... we'll never fully erase that problem.
I like how you just said that we'll never fully erase the problem. And... I know you put a rule on it, like one thing.
One word, yeah.
One word. I was actually going to say racism, too.
Yeah.
But my one-word solution would be love. Now,
I agree.
If that would be my solution to everything, actually, just love. Like,
Dude,
if we just learn to love each other.
Bro, can I use that to segue into my next point?
Yeah, but let me finish my other point.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that the solution, and it goes back to your point, that it's something that we may never actually break out of, because, I mean, humans are just idiotic. We really are.
Yeah.
And if you're not exposed to things, then you're just in your own echo chamber, and your thoughts can break you down. Mm-hmm. The way that we fix racism, if I was God, all right, like there are other ways to fix it and like mitigate it to a point where it's like so minuscule and those people are just like outcasts.
Yeah,
you know?
meaningless. Yeah,
right, exactly.
Which, by the
like
way,
people like they're
are meaningless. If you're
right,
racist.
yeah, they are exactly. What I would do is actually, like, if I was God and I could just snap my fingers, I would make everyone the same skin color. I would.
You know, it's funny you say that.
It's ridiculous that we've like created this hierarchy.
We are though.
I mean, what do you mean?
I mean, we're all human. We're all a human race.
Yeah, but we're not the same skin.
I know that.
Yeah.
But our skin is all the same still. It's all skin that you still cut and you bleed.
Everyone's a human. We're all part of the same community at the end of the day.
It's like, in a way, what you're talking about is already a thing. It was just given a layer of like, we fell for the ruse, basically. We fell for the ruse of thinking we're different.
Right, yeah.
Because of the way human evolution happened and people popping up here. Yeah, and then people popping up here and popping up here and not knowing about people over here, you know. But yeah, what you're saying is already kind of which is why I think just saying, you know, snap fingers, racism is done. I mean, it's the best way to go about it, because really, it shouldn't be a problem. It's only there because of human history and humans. And when humanity is all history and just learning from history and just a collection of just year after year after year, it's hard to get rid of something that's been around since we started, you know, writing shit down.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like, humans are really freaking smart, you know?
Yeah, we really are.
And we've actually talked about this before, which is the BioShock storyline.
Yes.
I can't which one? 4? Is it BioShock?
No. It's the first BioShock.
It's BioShock 1.
Yeah, it's BioShock 1 and 2 is what the
I never played it, but you told me about it.
Because BioShock 3, it flips the whole thing on its head. So BioShock 1 and 2 is about the concept, no gods, no kings, only man.
God, I love that. I love that, dude.
And that's, you know, they're able to build an underwater city. Yeah. So,
and I don't want to pull like religion into it and stuff like that, but like,
it sucks to try to do, like, to try to bring down religion when you know people who are religious who are so good,
right,
and so nice and mean so well and do the right thing.
Right. I mean, here's my opinion on religion. If you look back in history, religion has started almost every war.
Yes.
Or at the core of certain societies, religion started that war. Now into the modern age, sometimes it's more political and financial. But
you know about the Crusades?
Yes.
The Catholics just wrecking people who weren't Catholic.
Exactly.
They were just rolling through people.
Hey, are you going to be a Catholic?
No. All right. Well, we're going to just attack your castle and just cut everybody to pieces.
So that's my thought on that. And I think that it's not necessarily like, hey, religion is bad. That phrase, no gods, no king, just man, it really amplifies the fact of, hey, if we all do get together and we realize we're not a part of a nation, we're not a part of some sort of religious background. We're all here together. Just man, capital M, as in humankind.
Yeah.
Then we can accomplish so much more than we have accomplished currently.
Yes.
Because we have all these like weird ideological like boundaries and we try and separate each other. But like, if we just realize like we are man, we could literally accomplish so much more. And I love that phrase, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
You
were you were going to say something, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were mentioning about love being the solution.
That would be my one-line solution. Love.
Okay. I thought about this like...
Love is the answer.
I think it was like today.
Peace, love, and positivity.
It was recently.
You see what I just did?
Yeah, I did. I was thinking about like... Okay.
What?
people say, you
I love this atmosphere, dude.
You
I
do-
love the room. by the way.
if you do a ton of drugs,
Uh-huh.
or you just alter your consciousness or whatever,
Uh-huh.
you just, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes people think that sort of lifestyle drains all care from a person.
I mean, what you got to be more specific in terms of drugs. What are we talking about here?
Okay, I'm just going to say weed.
Okay.
But you smoke weed every day. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just giving an example.
Okay, so if you smoke weed every day,
And people
then
say,
people say, "What are you doing with your life?" Blah blah blah.
not that, but I mean, they say like, I think a general thought when people think about someone who does that is they don't care about anything. Like everything's like whatever.
Right.
Like,
right.
Who cares?
Right.
I don't care. Doesn't affect whatever. Who cares? And I see it.
It's a stigma.
Yeah, it's a stigma.
Right. I get what you're saying.
But I don't see it as necessarily a bad stigma, because I've thought that, like, if a person doesn't care about anything except themselves, that way everything that doesn't affect them, they won't have an issue with it. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
Okay, if a person doesn't care about anything,
Right.
like if someone says, "Hey, dude, what do you think about the fact that blah 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 got a sex change
Okay.
or whatever?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?" And you're just like, "Oh, I don't care.
Dude, I don't care.
I don't care. They can do whatever they want. Doesn't affect me."
I think that's great, though.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying I think there's positive in that.
Yeah.
But then going back to what you were saying about love being so important, is even with that whole, I don't care. Someone asks you how you feel about love. There's no I don't care.
Right.
You could lie. You could lie and say you don't care.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter how many drugs you're on, how many drugs you do. It doesn't matter what you do to your brain, your thought process, or whatever. Love will always be something that is so important and nice, and will always be something that, like, when you're like, you can go through a whole laundry list of things, and a person could say, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And then you mention an individual who they're with, in love with, whatever.
Family, something.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And they say, oh yeah, I jump in front of a bullet for that person.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
So it's like, that's why I think, like, your answer is, of saying love is the answer, is, I mean, as cliche as it is, it really is true. Because I think
Love is the answer.
you break down all other cares, like, I don't give a fuck about anything, but
Yeah.
you still care about love.
Right. I think you said it beautifully, man. Love really is the answer. I mean, love is at the core of every human value. It's what makes us so special. And if we can hone that in and just sort of try and understand one another's cultures and differences, then
Yeah, it really is what makes us totally different. Because if you think about, love is like kind of the basis of consciousness. Because we watch TV, we play video games, we go swimming, we do sports, whatever. To a cat or a dog or an ant or whatever, you sit them in front of a TV, it's not the same. They don't get that same experience. Because they don't comprehend completely what's going on.
Right.
Like, just like animals, we eat, we shit, we piss, we sleep, we die, we're born, we reproduce, we have sex, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the difference is us, we're able to apply love to it, which is why we have things like marriage and things like friends and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So love is really the thing that makes us human in a way. You could say love is honestly sort of the same thing as consciousness in a way.
Yeah, you could.
Because love and hate are the same coin. You know, they're two sides of a coin.
Right.
And I think love and hate are the same thing as consciousness. Yeah, you know what word I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think that hate, like, if we're really going to get down into it, I think that hate stems from something not good happening to something that you love.
Yeah.
And that can be yourself.
Or having something you love, you don't have it therefore you hate.
Right, and your perception is that that's bad, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
This person is what I want to be, therefore I hate them. Like the way I joke with Timothy Chalamet. Obviously, I don't hate Timothy.
Yeah.
I'd love to work with him, but I do like to joke that I hate him because he's a young hot
Dude,
actor.
you know what I would love
Taking roles
to see
Yeah.
is you one day being like a co-star with Timothy Chalamet,
God,
and then
so fucking cool.
and then and then these episodes come out.
Come back out. Yeah,
It's like a
funny.
freaking hot TMZ,
Yeah.
fake breakups.
You know what they do? They would literally just clip me saying I don't like Timothy Chalamet. They drop everything else
you know
from
what
that.
they would clip. I could beat him up. Or like you said something like that. I could kick his ass.
Like I'm bigger than him. They would just take that one little portion
dude.
and then
I would
then go
love
with
to
it.
see that one day, man. One day. I hope so.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully you're one of those guys where like the press really doesn't take seriously enough to where they would actually hone you in for it. They'd just be like, like it's Frank,
Yeah. I mean, going after the whole acting thing.
Yeah.
If you ever meet someone who says they're trying to be an actor, and then you like call them out, and you say, "Oh, so you want to be famous? You want the spotlight?" If they say no, no. Okay, they're lying to you. Okay, let me just tell you right now, they're lying to you. Okay, because one of the things that does make it very attractive, makes you want to go for it, is that spotlight. It's almost and for me it is. I mean, I love to act. It's my favorite thing to do on a set. So
Yeah.
it's what I want to do. But the other half of it, having to do with the whole chance of fame or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the thing I want with fame is I want to almost see like what does it do to me? Because
Do I change?
Yeah, exactly. Because in my head I'm like,
am I a dick when I'm famous?
in my head I'm just thinking of It's Time by Imagine Dragons, which is I'm never changing who I am, like that. Like I'm just thinking, oh yeah, I'm never changing who I am. So there's a part of me that kind of just wants to see like what's gonna happen.
Listen, look at what Frank's wearing today, which is a Volcom t-shirt and sweatpants, and then maybe 20 years down the line,
I plan on still wearing this.
I'll take a photo of him, and he's gonna be suited and booted, totally got the fresh cut, jawline looking chiseled.
Wow, thank you,
and
Ryan.
I mean, this is just my image.
This is 42, by the way. Jawline's still looking good at 42. I think I can do it.
I mean, are you kidding me?
I think
dude?
I can do it.
Oh hell yeah, you could. Just keep
Yeah.
the low body fat.
Keep the low body fat. Keep the workouts coming.
Just chew gum all the time.
Mm-hmm. I just flex my jaw sometimes. Just
You know what I hate about things like a jawline?
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with genetics. Actually, like 90% of it has to do with genetics.
pretty much. Yeah,
It's like
most of it has to do with
it
genetics.
is like the one thing that is just so hard to attain when you don't have a good jawline to begin with.
This is a great segue.
Okay.
Think about everything. There's more than just good jawline.
I mean, your whole body is genetics, really, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
But-
it's like we associate like good arms, good leg, like all this stuff is like we have put like labels on it, and it's all things that like we can't control. It's funny.
well, I mean, you can control your muscles, you can control your body.
No,
some-
you can.
know,
Yeah, but I'm
your,
saying
your fat percentage.
that's
all controllable.
That's all controllable, but there are certain aspects to those endeavors.
Mainly your face. Mainly your face.
Mainly your face.
Your face is really one thing that you can't really change, and your hips. For the women out there, everyone craves wide hips.
Don't lie, Shakira. Shouts out.
You know who's got great genetics for hips?
Who?
J-Lo.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, J-Lo has good.
You know who's got a
Has
great
good
genetics for
genetics.
jawline?
Who?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Yes.
God, what a
Dude,
stud.
there was near the end of the
Dude.
near the end of Killing Them Softly. Ryan and I watched this movie together recently.
Okay.
During the end of Killing Them Softly, when he's going into the bar to meet the dad from Step Brothers
I got two things. Don't let me
to
forget.
demand his money.
Yeah.
There's a slow motion shot of him walking up to the bar,
Mhm,
and it's
mhm.
just a profile of Brad Pitt smoking with his hair
Mhm,
slicked
mhm,
back.
mhm.
And I immediately think of that when you talk about the whole jawline thing.
Dude, it
'Cause
is
he's like-
actually incredible. Like, his jawline is ridiculous.
Like he's a dude in his 40s in this scene, and he's just looking. Yeah, you go ahead. You
just pulled it out.
you go
Okay,
ahead. You
I
had
just
a-
wanna tell
had
you
a couple
guys-
things to say.
I just want to tell you guys a story. So Scott, our buddy,
Oh yeah,
he, we were like kicking it. I think we were in the pool the other weekend.
yeah. It was last weekend. Yeah.
And Scott goes, hey, do you guys want to come over and watch a movie? And Frank and I are like, oh, yeah, cool. And, Amanda's like, cool. And so we go over there. And Scott's got a big couch, so we're socially distancing. And he's like got the best spot. It's a big couch because I'm saying that because it's part of the story.
But he has the spot where you can lay down.
You literally
completely.
lay down.
Yeah.
And so maybe 20 minutes in, the man that's hosting the movie night,
whose idea it is,
literally knocks out. Like he is passed out, napped. And
he wakes up with 10 minutes left.
Wakes up with 10 minutes left. We're talking about the movie, and like every now and then he'll be like, oh, I think I saw that. And then we'll be like,
we talk more about it. And he's like, wait, no, I didn't see that.
No, that's not it.
That's not what I was thinking of.
And then at the end of it, we were joking around, and we said, hey, reenacting Scott.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to come over watch a movie while I nap?
Yeah. I want to come over and watch a movie while I take that fucking
Come
nap.
on, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man. Okay, Ryan, if I'm being honest with you,
I had another thing, but I forgot it.
I felt like, okay, maybe me continuing talking.
Okay, cool.
I felt kind of bad. Like, honestly, I'm kind of happy Scott fell asleep because I felt like I had pressure to pick the movie, and I decided to pick a movie that
it was an offshoot for sure.
I had never seen.
Yeah.
Because usually when it's like, oh, Frank, pick a movie, it's like, okay, I'll go with something I know everyone will like and I've seen before.
Right.
But this time, Scott and I are scrolling through Netflix before Amanda and Ryan show up, and we find Killing Them Softly, and we're looking at the cast, and it's unbelievable. Brad Pitt, Ray Liotta, James Gandolfini, Ben Mendelsohn. It's ridiculous. So Richard Jenkins, we click on it.
Yeah.
We convinced Amanda to watch it, even though 3 hours prior when we made the plan, she's like, nothing intense or scary or too over the top, and it's like we picked this movie about.
It wasn't scary, but it was over the top.
It was over the top for sure, yeah. And in terms of like the
blood
violence
and gore,
the one scene I was just like, oh man, I'm sorry, was when Ray Liotta was just getting beat to.
That wasn't even the worst one.
And then he got kicked in the head. Did you not think that was the worst one?
No, I don't think that was.
What did you think that was the worst one? In terms of like Amanda.
We're totally giving it away at this point. But
oh, yeah, we are. Sorry. Killing Them Softly. Spoilers ahead. 2012 movie. You should have seen it by now.
Well, actually, no, we didn't really. I mean, we just gave away that one guy died. But
that Ray Liotta gets kicked in the head, yeah. And you know what I bet most of our listeners don't know who Ray Liotta is.
Okay, spoiler alert, skip ahead if you want to watch the movie. But
it's on Netflix.
The scene that was really gruesome for me was what's his name? Ray Liotta, same guy that got beaten up.
Yeah.
His like drive-by assassination from Brad Pitt, where he's literally rolls down the window, he's just.
Oh yeah, yep.
And honestly, I was really, really impressed with the special effects there, like really impressed. Mm-hmm. I mean that slow mo and the pan of like.
Yeah, I thought that scene was good.
It like pans across his face. And you can see the bullet coming through the window, and then it like pans to like the right side of his face, and the bullet enters his left, and then it pops out the right, and it just
it was sweet.
It was incredible, but really, really gruesome.
Yeah,
and Amanda definitely she turned her head away from that one, so I was like, oh,
So it was.
She's fine. She liked it. She was just like, it's not my type of movie, Yeah, but she could tell it was a good movie,
Okay, because I just. Yeah, I mean, I do like to prove myself when it comes to like, hey, pick a movie, Frank, that we're all digging right now. I usually nail it when like I said, do something I've seen, but I rolled the dice this time.
It depends on your audience too.
It does.
If there was a room full of Amandas, that would not have been a good choice.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was me, Scott, who slept, so it didn't matter.
And that was. Yeah, I was
so
like, Scott took the heat off of me by looking like an idiot and sleeping through the whole movie.
Idiot. No, he really did look like an idiot.
He did look like an idiot. I mean, this is his idea. He's half of he wanted to watch the movie just as much as me. We both picked it out together, and we were like, oh, I hope Amanda's okay with this. And then he falls asleep 10 minutes in.
It was a bad move from him. I mean, it was just hilarious because it's so like him where he would just knock out during a movie.
And it's funny because there's been plenty of movies where he slept and plenty of movies where he's also slept. And half of those times he's been high, so he falls asleep easy. And the other times he's totally sober, but he still falls asleep. So it's funny when he says to me, I can't smoke before this one. I don't want to fall asleep. And it's like, dude, you're probably going to fall asleep like no matter what.
That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what you... And that's what it's funny whenever he tells me about, I watched this movie. I was like, okay, wow. Well,
yeah.
He has to watch movies during the day. That's what it is.
And
even then he probably falls asleep.
He literally sounds like he's 80 years old.
He does.
He like we're describing it as an 80-year-old.
By the way, this movie we're watching,
23.
this movie we're watching, Killing Them Softly, has a lot of violence, and the violence is loud. And by the way, going back to the movie, the most intense part for me, where I was like most on the edge of my seat, was when they were ripping off the poker game. When the sweaty guy and his buddy, they put
the
third rip off in total.
Yeah, right. Okay.
The one that we see in full.
The one that's a part of like the
main
storyline.
Storyline. Yeah. That scene was so intense for me because, and you know what it was? It was the fact that they had him have that sawed-off shotgun. The one character has a sawed-off shotgun. Yeah. That the shotgun is so sawed off that the shells are sticking out of it. So it's like literally like, so he has this gun. It's
so funny.
And he holds up two whole poker tables of full-grown men with a sawed-off shotgun with the green shell sticking out.
He's literally like, I'm going to kill everyone in the room.
And this thing is pointing, it's like an inch away from his face. And it's like,
oh shit!
So you're waiting. You're like, is he gonna have to fire that thing? Because that thing's gonna blow up in his face and hurt himself. So you're just on the edge, and nothing. What? Nothing happens.
Yeah.
So
I mean, at this point, it's spoiler. I'm gonna have to put "Killing Them Softly" review.
Killing Them Softly. Yeah, but no. Overall, I think it was a good movie.
It was. I mean, it was a good time too, as well.
Yeah. And Brad Pitt's always fun to watch.
And I also didn't remember what I was gonna say, so. That's my fault.
But, and another thing is that the first cut of the movie was about 2.5 hours.
What? It was like an hour and 30 minutes or something like that.
Oh, and remember how we were like, who's that? Who died? Like they died off screen. All this.
Oh, is that why?
It's because a bunch of it got cut.
Oh, you see, I don't like that. Actually.
Yeah, it's that's
a few.
That's studio interference.
There was a few like hazy parts of the movie that I personally was kind of confused. Actually, we were all confused because we had to look up who the characters were at the end of it.
Yeah, when there were names being dropped about people who died. And
names were being dropped that were like head honchos.
Yeah, like
which are like important. And you're like, who
important.
Are they?
Like
do we know this guy? Yeah. Do we not?
And it turns out he was in one scene and it was a flashback. And actually, he's a really famous actor, which again goes and lines up with the fact that there was about an hour of this movie that was cut out because, you have a famous actor like Sam Shepard playing.
Right.
Rest in peace, by the way. Sam Shepard playing the mob boss, and he's in one scene, doesn't have any lines for 2 minutes. You're like, okay, well, there's clearly some stuff left on the cutting room floor, which is just the studio cutting down a movie to try to sell it more, I guess. They tried to just make it about Brad Pitt killing people, thinking that would, bring in more asses to seats, when in reality it didn't because it confused the fuck out of audiences. And by the way, it had an F cinema score. And it's one of 19 movies in the history of Cinema Score. Cinema Score is when they pull the audience coming out of the theater and say, hey,
oh, really?
If you could grade this movie on a letter scale, what would you give it?
Oh, I thought this was like a newer release.
Yeah, it was 2012.
Ah, okay.
The Cinema Score has been around for a while.
Okay.
And the whole F Cinema Score is a very rare thing. It doesn't happen a lot because you really have to miss completely to get everybody, to get the majority to say, yeah, that movie was an F. And I think it's because of all the, shit cut out from it. Yeah. Damn.
All right. So, kind of a weird transition here. Not very smooth, but I'm going to show you.
Oh, the explosion.
The explosion. So me and Frank were talking. And I was like, "Oh, hey, did you see that?" Or you might have brought it up beforehand, but
I did because
we do talk.
I saw
off podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the only, no, I saw a YouTube video that had the headline of Trump on what's the name of the place explosion? What's the name?
Beirut.
Yeah, Trump on Beirut Explosion. And then it quotes Trump as saying, seems like some kind of bomb.
Which, like, duh.
Which is like, okay.
Like,
well,
it's
what
an
else
explosion. It looks like a bomb, of course. But I want to show you this.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, the
video
yes,
actually. Okay. Because it's actually, it's pretty crazy.
Okay, let me see.
And so the way it happened was, I don't know, or actually I don't know how it happened, but there was like smoke, like a large cloud of smoke beforehand, right? Think of it as like the second airplane of 9/11 where everyone's already recording. Everyone's recording.
Yeah, and you see
a huge smoke cloud
and you see
already.
the second plane come in.
Exactly. Yeah. In this case, there's not a plane, but there's that's where like the explosion goes off, right?
Talk about an image that was just is
ingrained
burned
in
my
everyone's
mind.
Yeah.
Is that second plane coming in?
I mean, the fact that I can reference it and you just immediately
know what you're talking about.
It's iconic in a sense.
Well,
in a bad way.
In the worst way possible.
Is iconic a positive term?
Well, no. What you need to be asking is, can iconic be used for negative things?
There we go. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if it...
We'd have to look up. We'd have to look up the technical dictionary definition.
If not, I used it wrong. But, okay. Ready? So right now I'm showing Frank the explosions. It's loading, right?
Yeah, no, it's playing right now. Okay, so I see the one map. Is there another explosion coming while you're looking at
I think there's a lot of them, yes. It's like a 46-minute video or 46 second video.
Yeah, this is
it's bad, dude.
Wow.
And there's some of them that
that was
okay, right here. Boom. You see that? Did you see that?
Oh, I'm waiting. Oh my gosh.
So some of the videos, and if you guys haven't seen the videos right now, head over to RT, the Instagram account, or just look online.
It's Lebanon. Oh my god.
And this explosion is ridiculous. I mean,
it
is right in the middle of. I mean, it's not in the middle of a city. It's almost on the coast. Like it's almost on the coast, but like there's massive high rises right next to it, and there's videos of people recording in these high rises, and you see the explosion, and then you see literally like a shock wave. It's a wave,
an after effect of the explosion.
I don't know if it's a wave of sound,
or vibration,
or the shock wave.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is actually, but it literally in every single video, you have the person recording, and you can in some videos you can see the shock wave like approaching. It's like
coming into the frame. Yeah, and
then you see the video just it just messes up completely because of how powerful that was.
Yeah,
and
that's like.
Oh, man, those poor people. Because like that is not
one explosion I saw was
well, they're all the same explosion, but the angle you mean.
Yeah, that one angle I saw was but there were multiple explosions because I saw in the beginning of the video you have an angle from afar of buildings with just smoke coming out, just pouring out of the top, and you're watching the smoke, you're focused on the smoke, you're like, oh my god,
right,
and suddenly right next to that cloud of smoke another explosion happens, and it's just huge. And I saw that on the video, like that was within the first 10 seconds of watching. That explosion is the same. I got the same feeling as I did when I first saw the second plane coming as when I saw that I've never seen something that big that is real. You know, because you see, we get so much special effects in movies that we get to see all numbers of disasters happen in different ways, and it looks real. Explosions too, but when I see a real explosion like that, it's a whole different. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, I can't even. Wow, yeah.
I mean, I can relate it to, and I don't want to say I'm going to relate it to 9/11 because I don't even remember 9/11 that well.
Yeah.
I just, it's just a part of like the history of America.
In both scenarios,
especially modern history,
it's happening while we're alive, but we're not immediately connected to it.
That's a good point.
So we're taking it in from a third party, video.
Right.
And I'm comparing the feelings because it's both. We're seeing something that we weren't physically a part of, but we're alive for, and it gives us that same, shock value.
Right.
And watching it in horror and seeing, how scary something like that actually looks in, reality from a viewpoint of, recording it with your cell phone.
Yeah. And I mean, I just can't imagine the destruction that's going on there, the chaos that's going on there. I mean,
now that the explosions have happened, just
think of all the rubble and everything that's going on.
People injured and hit by things, and broken legs and buried under
rubble. Not a rich area. There's not much. No. I mean, I don't. It's Beirut, so that's a big city.
Yeah.
So maybe they have a good police and firefighting force over there.
But there's probably so many people trapped under stuff and. Oh God!
It's a terrible thought, man. It's a terrible thought.
Well, I just hope the best luck that hopefully, them. Yeah, the people stuck under rubble right now. I just hope they get saved. That's all I can say.
I mean, there's not much we can do about it. There's a couple links going around on Instagram that you can donate if you want. I'm sure it would help. I did a couple bucks, but. Times like these that I just feel shitty, The good thing is it's not like with 9/11 it was like other humans doing it to humans, whereas this one it's not confirmed. I don't know if it's a bomb or not.
Okay, yeah.
I shouldn't say it's not, but because I literally have no idea what's going on.
I mean, here's the thing.
I don't know. Dude.
I don't know what it takes to make an explosion like that, but the reason why looked natural
to me because the building was already smoking, and that's why I'm assuming this.
Okay.
And I'm just assuming something else just
what Ryan just showed me is the biggest explosion I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
And that's including every single action movie I've ever seen. I've never seen an explosion that big. So it could be something natural.
I'm looking at it again, dude. That is incredible.
It could be something natural, or it could be something, man-made. I mean, it's just it's one of those things where when I see something that I'd never seen before in my life, like an explosion of this matter that we're talking about right now, I can't categorize it as being a bomb or something natural, something going wrong. Because I just have never seen it. It's just so huge. It
is catastrophic.
It's
how big it is. I mean,
like it feels almost. You know what?
It feels unreal.
It feels like. Do you remember? Okay,
dude, this is ridiculous.
Avengers: Age of Ultron. Do you remember how they're trying to save the city from falling into the?
Yes.
Okay, they do save the city from destroying the world, crashing in. But that explosion seems like
nothing.
But that kind of stakes though is like it's that big.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's that.
Yeah.
It's I've never seen it. It almost feels unreal.
Well, I'm glad I got your. So Frank hadn't seen the video.
I hadn't. Yeah, this was my first.
We were talking about beforehand. I was like, dude, I'm going to show you live.
Yeah. That is wow. So okay, I was making fun of Trump beforehand for saying that it must be some kind of bomb.
But like, duh, dude. Like,
but at the same time, like,
but like the guy says, oh, it looks like some type of bomb. Like,
could like a gas leak mixed with a building explode like
100%.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying when you see the explosion, you're like, oh my God, I haven't seen anything like that. What could cause that? Because I have a hard time thinking of I don't know. It'd have to be a lot of bombs. But.
Okay, here we go. Update.
What?
Lebanon's state news agency, NNA, reports the blast was in an area where there are warehouses housing explosives. People who caught the blast on camera were filming the scene of a fire beforehand. Lebanon's health minister says there's a very high possibility of casualties.
Yeah.
Very high number of injuries and a large amount of damage. Entire block of the city has been left devastated by the explosion. God, this is literally awful. And this goes back to my thing. It's like some people will probably look at this and just be like, not my worry,
Yeah.
Love, man.
Yeah.
Gotta have love.
Yep.
Fuck, dude.
Things, I mean,
raw emotion here, people. Raw emotion.
Things keep.
I mean, this is tough.
Things keep getting. Oh man, I'm just waiting.
Okay, can we just
waiting for the good news?
Can we just say fuck 2020? Can we just say that?
Oh, I think we're well.
Like we're well past that, right?
I think we've said that.
We got to think of something that's that's worse than fuck, and more catchy. Can we think of a new term? And it's solely used for 2020. Like that is like the creation of this word is okay. That word was created for the year 2020, and I would support it, and I would honestly say it.
I don't know if we need a word. Let me explain to you why.
We could just say that's so 2020.
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
2020 has been a year that has been on my mind since I knew how years worked.
Me
too.
Like
I knew how.
Bro, 2020 was supposed to fucking hit, man.
And this is exactly what I'm saying about why we don't even need to come up with a special way to say fuck 2020.
You're right.
Because once this year's over, it's always gonna be
flashbacks.
Like when you hear 2020, you're gonna know it. Yeah. We don't. It's 2020 is a year that was supposed to be good because 2020 sounds fucking good and it looks fucking good and it's nice. It was the first, like, I mean, I can't even think of a lot. Like 1990, you know, we go from 21st century to 20th century. 1990, that isn't as nice as 2020.
It's not going to happen for another 100 years.
It's
2020 will not happen for another 100.
You mean 1,000 years? 1,010 years, 30.
No, 21.
Oh, 21.
That's going to be fucking savage, though, dude. Can we all just look forward to 21? 21. Come on.
Yeah, but we're not going to make it there, though, Ryan.
I know we won't, but come on. I mean, our kids will. You know what we'll have to
Ryan's
do?
Kids will. Right.
I mean, you're not going to have kids or what?
I'm just saying.
Your kids aren't going to live that long? Wait.
I'm saying right now, in this current moment of time, I have more faith in your kids carrying on our legacy than my kids.
I'm going to just have to educate my children on 21 Savage so that they can start the memes come 21.
Yeah, 21. You can just say it so fast. 21.
Dude. Can we just jump in the future and just start the meme right now? Like, I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And if heaven is real, I'm coming down that day.
Yeah,
January 1st.
I'm coming down in ghost form that day.
21.
I agree. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot of movies that are set in 2022.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
2020
space TOO. Not 2022. But yeah, there's a lot of movies that are set in 2020. And so clearly it's a
like
year
futuristic.
Yeah, like futuristic, a movie made in the 80s that's set in 2020. So it's always been a year that was
you thought
like fuck yeah.
Like let's party.
Like that's the future. Like 2020
is the future.
Like that's the future. Like flying I got there were movies probably
okay, but to be fair,
I mean Back to the Future was 2015.
The PS5 is a machine in my mind that is the future, and it is coming out in 2020. Like when I look at the PS5, I'm like that is the future, and I'm like, what is the present? So to defend those movies, the PS5 validates that, in my opinion. Have you ever seen a futuristic machine like that? So popular, so grand,
but
so mass-produced.
Okay, here's the thing, though. I'm not giving it its full credit because at this point, it's basically a PC.
Okay, good point.
And I say that because PCs have been crushing it for like a few years now. Like you can have a PC that costs $4,000 and it's just a fucking beast. That puts the PS5 to shame. I'm talking right now.
I mean that's $4,000 though.
But this is what I'm saying though, is that you saying, oh, PS5 is like feels like the future of gaming.
Yeah.
I just feel like people forget about the capabilities of computers, about building a computer.
Yes, but to push back a little bit.
Yeah.
Those PCs will not be as popular or mass produced.
You're right.
As in
You're
the
right.
PS5
is
again iconic in a sense because it is one machine that is being mass produced same
it's like
thing.
Finally a gaming PC that's being mass produced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there we go.
And
the future is here. That's why it's 2020.
Okay.
The one good thing that came out in 2020.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt we've had the technology. No doubt. I mean, we had the technology 2010.
But when it is accessible through
maybe not 2010.
The knowledge of building a PC, you're going to lose so many people.
Right, exactly.
To that barrier.
Right, and the money, right?
And the money too, yeah.
I mean, the PS5 is probably going to be around $600-700.
Yeah, and it's also just the simplicity of just clicking one button and then unboxing it and plugging it in and turning on, compared to buying
plug and play,
buying 12 parts and putting them together yourself,
downloading all the software, figuring it all out.
But did you see that? There. Did you see Henry Cavill building a PC on his like live on Instagram?
Yeah, I
thought that was hilarious. It was like the people instantly...
I think Daily Mail posted on Snapchat. I was like, what am I looking at right now?
People instantly started making memes about like taking like screenshots of like he's of course wearing a tank top. Yeah, he's fucking jacked. But he's like building the PC and like the captions are like Superman working on Bruce Wayne's new Bat computer.
Oh man. All right, dude.
Want to close it there?
I think we should end it, man. We should
Yeah.
end it on a happy note. Henry Cavill building a PC.
That's pretty
We
awesome.
literally, this episode went
by the way, fun
roller
fact.
coaster. Okay.
Zack Snyder calling Henry Cavill, trying to get him to do Man of Steel, Superman.
Really?
Henry Cavill, he misses the first call. First call goes to voicemail because he's busy on a World of Warcraft grind. That's our Superman.
Hell yeah.
All right, that's episode 30. Thanks for listening.
Right on, everyone. If you got this far, thank you so much. We love you.